Well, welcome to another video. Today I have my apprentice with me over the side here. We're out in the four-wheel drive Land Rover Apprentice instead of the six-wheeler. Just because it's a long weekend, traffic is hell. I might have already scored myself 3 points off my license because people pushed me through the lights. Anyway, no excuse, I guess. Either way, we've got to go to the Armed Forces Museum here. We've got to do a computer upgrade. But we thought we'd take the 4B out. I've got to do something about those bonnet tools. But anyway, let's go for a drive, see what it looks like. Hey?
Another internet train station.
No, that's their depot. He's probably going back. Yeah, magpie. Magpie really didn't want to move much. Nobody at the museum today. I don't think anyway. Alright, we have arrived at the museum and now we have this computer to upgrade. My apprentice is up here in the brew room with me doing some other work as well. Okay, we've got this thing down. You can pop the case sides open. It seems like the phone's ringing. Okay, so we've got this open. We put an SSD in here some time ago. This one's done without duct tape. It's done with zip ties. A little bit better than my usual efforts. Either way, we can swing this up. We're going to do a CPU upgrade today. This is a W3800, something like that, a Xeon. We're going to put an X5650 in here. We're also going to look at what kind of RAM we've got in here, see if we can expand that at all. And I think this is 10600U. I have my glasses off. If that's the case, we should be able to double the RAM. So we are also going to do a video card upgrade. We're going to go to that Quadro, which is an M4000 from whatever this thing is. Hopefully there is an extra GPU power connector in here. I think there is. There we go. Right, so easiest thing to start with is the RAM. Let's see if I can autofocus on that RAM stick. That looks like, yes, 4 gig, so it's a 4 gig in a pair of two, PC3, which is DDR3 10600U. Okay, I think I have two more of those sticks. Okay, we have a pile of RAM sticks here. This is a 2 gig 8500E. This one, don't even know what this is. This is a 4 gig 10600U, that's good. That's another one of the same. This one is a 10 gig 10600E, so error correcting. These are unbuffered. Now we can use both in this system, but we can't mix and match between error correcting and unbuffered. So being as they're all unbuffered, we'll put 4 more gig in, and I'll consult the lid for the RAM configuration. Alright, so I looked up some documentation. I'm pretty sure these are a 3-channel setup. So 4 sticks, doesn't really work. But it did say to fill out DIMMs 1, 2, 3, and 4, so that's what I've done. We'll see what happens. Anyway, wait for my apprentice to come back. She's going to help with that. We're going to rip the video card out and work on that. The reason I do like these things is there's little crimps like that to make it easy. And there is a little lever over here we can push up on the slot. That should allow us to pull the whole thing up. Should. There we go. That comes out. One-handed even. Okay, this video card came out of a similar Dell machine, and this little blade here fits into these slots here. It's a nice little support. So this should, if all things being equal, should drop straight into here and click into that slot. If I can get that to go around there, there we go. Clicked in nicely. These support SLI apparently. Something you're not seeing much of these days. This, I think, will go straight into here. Cool. And that's our video card upgrade done. Plonk that in. Now I'm going to wait for my apprentice. She needs some help doing this, or she needs to help. She needs to learn how to do this. So we're going to rip this out and do the CPU upgrade. Now, one thing about these Dell T3500s, I'm pretty sure it may not accept a new CPU until the firmware upgrade's done. So I might do the BIOS firmware update and then try and change the CPU. Alright, so we've booted up just to check the BIOS update done. This has a W3530 CPU in, which with hyperthreading gives us 8 logical processors, 4 core, 8 threads. We've got 16 gig of RAM, seems to be recognized all okay. The disk is working its guts out, but that is a SATA SSD for you. Alright, so we need to get on the net, find video card drivers and also BIOS update. Alright, so it looks like it was already running the current BIOS, so that's fine. We're not going to bother flashing that. That should be okay. Right, we're just whacking video drivers on while we've got it running, and then we'll reboot, do CPU upgrade. Alright, so we've changed out this card, which was the Quadro FX580, which is a 512 meg card, and I'm pretty sure it doesn't have CUDA cores. To the M4000 it has 8 gig and has CUDA cores and 4 outputs. But yes, there's a whole bunch of different things going on. Either way, this is certainly a step up. The one thing we are seeing with this machine over here is that the disk access is the primary issue. If I can do an Alt Control Delete here between all the cables, we can go to Task Manager here, and I'm pretty sure it's the SATA interface that is definitely bottlenecking this. It's sitting at 100%, everything else is running at idle. So we may need to find a faster SSD, but there's also only so fast that SATA will go as well. So this might be as fast as we can make it work, but we'll keep trying. Alright, well I did look it up. I tell a lie these days, the FX580 has 32 CUDA cores. More or less, might as well not have any at that point. But yeah, so we go 38 gigaflops to 2.5 teraflops. 50 times more CUDA cores, 15 times the memory bandwidth. Yeah, 65 times higher the floating point. So yeah, 6,000% faster.
2 hours later.
Alright, drivers are in. C++ redistributables for some reason failed. We'll work on that later. We're going to shut this down and do the CPU upgrade. Alright, we've got this unplugged and everything, but you'll notice the RAM light's still on. The way we solve this is we attempt to get it to power up. Oh, no, it turned off already. Okay, so now we're going to do CPU upgrade. So this is where the apprentice gets off her switch and gets a screwdriver and does some work. Alright, keep going. Once that clicks, okay, now do the next one. No, don't pull it out, it's captive screw. Do the next one, there you go. You can use 2 hands if you want. Yep. So we'll do all 4 of them until they click, then we'll pull the heatsink off. Alright, we're almost there. Is it clicking? Cool. Okay, it might be time to lift the heatsink off gently. Oh, you got one still here. Let's just loosen that a bit more. See if we can lift that off. There you go. Alright. Now we're going to give that a clean off, and we're going to take this CPU out. So let's put this down for a minute. Now we need to take the old CPU out. Now, do you know how to do that with these ones? Okay, so what you do with this one, you push that lever down, swing it sideways and let it come up.
No eyes?
Not too bad. So There you go, push the clip down under the hook, swing it sideways. So we push it down sideways like that, and then push it all the way back and it'll lift the bracket off. Yep. Look. That bracket has not come off in a while. So let's, this one here we go. Now, we pick the CPU up off really gently, because this has got pins on the socket. Yeah, see which way around that went? See how there's a couple of notches in the side of the chip? Okay, here is the new chip. See if you line the notches up with the little pegs on the CPU slot there. See if you do that. Put in very gently. That's upside down. Pads down, yep. Make sure the notches line up. Put it in gently so you don't bend the pins on the socket. Yep, you don't have to push it down. No, you put it in off center. Now we've got some dust in the socket there. We don't want dust under the pins. So we put in very gently like this till it just drops in, okay? Push that over very carefully. Now you need to push this down and lock it back under that little latch there. So swing it down. There you go. Yeah, put your finger on top, not underneath.
Worried I might break it.
No, you won't break it. Push it from the top. Hook it under the side. Actually, give me a feel. See if it feels like if it's right. No, we hook it under like that. There you go. So that's in. Now we need to clean the heatsink paste off the old one. Okay, so most CPUs need a thermally conductive paste like this stuff. And so don't put it down that way. It'll stick all over the table. Flip it up. We'll use some isopropyl alcohol to clean it off. Now it's been sitting for a moment. Take your sheet of paper here and wipe old paste off. You get it nice and clean. And take a little bit of scrubbing. Now everybody always gets angry about thermal paste application. Everybody's got their own ideas. That's probably plenty, because underneath here is basically, this is just a cap over the die. This should cover the contact area that corresponds with the die. But anyway, let's put this on and see how our thermals go once it's all in. Okay, CPU is on. So what we're going to do here, drop RAM ducting over the top. When we get this stupid wire out of the way here that is always in the way, plunk you in. We'll latch everything down, get that wire out of the way. There are wires in really inconvenient locations in this. We'll lock that down. Okay, now we'll put it back together and hopefully the thermals are okay. Alright, we're done at the museum. We're finished. We're going to head on to Stratty and drop off a subscriber challenge coin to Helen, provided he's home, otherwise leave it in his mailbox. And yeah, we're going to get on the road again, so more driving footage. I do have a video somewhere where we do a walk around the museum, but if you do want to see more details about what's in this museum, let me know and I'll do a special video just for that. Stop for a lunch break and somebody's back into their day job. Getting good in Splatoon 3 at the moment.